Alrighty, bit of time has passed. I have now got all of the max speeding rods coilovers in. I think I have the fronts at the height where I like them. The rears I've got to lower it down a bit, but we'll go over the height where I've set the fronts so you guys have a reference point if you guys get them for your VT to VZ Commodore. So basically when I installed it, I unwound these all the way so the spring was loose and dangling. Once it was tightened up the top here, I then by hand moved this top one here till the spring had no play. Then I gave it 10 millimeters of preload. So basically, for example, I measured from this point here to this point here, added 10 mil, winded that in until that 10 mil gap was there. So they have 10 millimeters of preload, as the instruction book does say, and the website. And then as for the height adjustment, this bottom collar here, you wind in. Now from measuring from the underside underneath, I measured 8.5 centimeters or 85 millimeters, and from when I did one side it was sitting just above the tire, which is where I like it on the front. So I'm going to get this tire back on, get it on the ground. Hopefully I don't need my ramps anymore. The jack will come right out. Then we'll see the height of the rear. I'll push it forward, see where the height of the car sits, and we'll go from there. I know I need to lower the rear. I'm hoping I don't need to raise the front anymore. Obviously this will be unsettled after a drive or something. It might lower a little bit, so if it's a little bit high, that's good. Anyway, we'll come back once we're there. Rightio, she's on the ground. Let's see what you guys can see on camera. So front is a touch high, but once it had wheels that stuck out, it might fit. So I don't know. The rear I definitely need to lower, so I'm going to do that now. The rear just, yeah, that needs to sit a touch lower. From back here it just looks too high. Good ground clearance though. And let's have a look at this side. Yeah, needs a touch to go down. That one there needs a touch to go down. So potentially a touch to go down on all four corners. But anyway, let's get the rear lowered a touch and then we can go from there. Alright, there we have it with the rear lower. This GoPro angle might make it look weird, but she's definitely sitting pretty nicely. Probably could have gone up a touch, but we'll see how we go with that. As for the front, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Once we get some bigger wheels on the front like I want to do, that will actually sit really nice, so I'm not too fussed about that. I have blocked off all this. Got to go to Bunnings, get some black paint. Going to paint it black so that it's all nice and hidden. But for now I'm going to quickly put the rear coilovers that were in this into the L67, which you can just see out there. There was meant to be a drag video from when I got back last week, but they didn't actually run that night because they had motivation the weekend just gone and they wanted a week off. So that sucks. So that's got a few mods. That's got extractors and diff gears now, and then obviously we'll have the coilovers because I whack them in. So I'm going to do that now quickly, then head to Bunnings, and yeah, we'll see what it's like with that. Up next will be a few more things in the engine bay, and then fuel system. We'll finally get on the fuel system, we'll get it up on the hoist and everything. So yeah, hold on tight, we'll be back soon. Alrighty guys, now we're forward a day or two or whatever. I believe I said I had some stuff to do on the engine bay. That is all done to an extent, so let's flip the camera and show you guys. So that's where we're at now. 3-litre catch cam lines. One thing I'll be changing a touch is this here. I'll be putting a 45-degree adapter on, and it will come this direction, so it will come up and then it will run over here. It'll look nicer and I'll keep it away from this a bit easier, because yeah, not a big fan of that. Well yeah, it's just a drift car and it doesn't really matter, just has to work. Still though, it's the only turbo eco in WA that's drifting, and everyone is curious and looks at it when the hood is popped at the the track, so at least try to make it somewhat presentable. It's a bit difficult now after the fires, but yeah, did some heat management, wrapped the screamer pipe, wrapped this. I would ideally like to wrap the crossover. Maybe I'll take yeah, I don't know if I can bother taking that off, but I might try, see what I can do to wrap it with how it is. It won't be fun, but yeah, got the rad fan remounted. Oh yeah, installed coil brackets on this side. That side I haven't yet because it's going to be an absolute pain. But yeah, what else is there? I think that's it for here. I want to redo this cooler piping if I can, get it so it's snuck down here, so it will kind of probably, I don't know, come underneath here. The hard 90 there will come underneath and then kick up to here. Well, this will probably be a 90 there and just have a straight joiner there. We're not coming out a bit further this way, so it runs around this a bit easier. So ideal that is. I'd love to take this motor out and make it all clean again because it's all pretty nasty, but that's something for something else. I have started the fuel system in the boot. That's pretty much done. Actually, while it's down, I'll show you guys. Just had a leaking fitting. Of course, I reused one fitting from the old one, and guess what one leaks? So keep in mind, just through in here, this doesn't have to be neat. I just ran the lines to suit. So I have a surge tank in there. Ecotec's old Marlboro 255s and tank running to there. I've got my 2 trigger ISO fuel pump. This one here for one pump will go to the factory wire, which is in this loom here. You guys probably can't see, it's in there. And this one here I can either join into it as well so that it also runs off it, or I'll tap into a wire that runs to the front, send that to the ECU and have staged fuel systems, which is probably what I'll do. But for now, let's get this back up on the hoist. I'll cut back to you guys when it's there and I'll show how I adapted it underneath. I was going to film it, but couldn't be bothered and just got it done. So yeah, I'll cut back to that. Alright, now that the car's up there, so basically I just adapted it using just EFI fittings essentially. So everything that went to and from the tank is all here. You can see one line here, that one there going to the filter. This is the return line back to the tank, and then so I believe this one here should be return to the tank. That should be from the overflow. I might have to check these lines to be honest. And then this one here will be return to the surge tank. This one here is from the surge tank. Sorry, this is from the factory to the surge tank, and then from the fuel pumps here straight to the filter. That should run all the way up there. Like I said, I'm gonna double check everything, make sure I did get it bang on. I don't know if I showed you guys the horribleness that is under here, but this crappy exhaust, little 3-inch dump there, and it went to a wire pipe, whatever you want to call it. It dumped there. I'm going to end up getting rid of this, just go straight bit of pipe from there to here. Get rid of this, don't need it because of this is why. And it steps up to 3.5 inch because I already had this, and I think from here I welded another bit on for a different angle for this here and welded this end on here. So it just dumps there. This hung down a lot more because this rod wasn't that stable. Was also, I just tied it on here, so now it's on a hanger. I supported, welded this in last night, so it's got a bit more of a brace. And then just in case this V-bam, this is prone to hit stuff and come loose, and at least this won't dangle down. So just a couple stainless ties. That's not actually holding the exhaust up, but if this comes off, then at least it will support the weight. And then yeah, this crappy little contraption there just to hold it onto there, which I'll redo a proper hanger onto into this from when I just do a bit of 3-inch pipe. Might also look at rejigging the angle a bit and have that bit further this way so it comes more underneath here, and this V-band here can come over there, and then from there this exhaust can come this way, and then this might end up tilting further that way and dumping down. But anyway, that's that. I don't think I'm going to do too much car stuff today. I'm taking the L67 to a drag, so that'll probably be the next week's video. So I guess I'll get the slicks on that and film an intro here, so I'm not doing it at the track. I'm going to do a bit of cleanup really in here today. It's my main focus, clean up everything. Might do a tip run as well, not sure yet. But yeah, get all that sorted and we'll go from there. So hopefully this video was interesting enough, you guys hung around, but as per usual, do the usual, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next week.